Hey guys, this is E with Scrapbooking with Me, and we're going to finish up our journal today. This is the one that I covered with the Kathy Holden fabric, and we're going to put a signature in it today. Now, I'm only going to put one signature in. I think that's all I'm going to need because I'm going to add a lot of different flips and pockets and things in there. So all I have done is I just went to my scrap paper pile and my ink dyed paper pile, and this is a scrap sheet, ink dyed or coffee dyed, someone sent to me. That's some of that paper that I get from Amazon. What did I call this? The drawing paper. Someone dyed that and sent to me. Book page. That's a graph sheet. This is from the new collection from Triple V Vintage. I will get that out in a minute. And then this is a part of a sheet, and what I did to make these tall enough is I just took an 8.5 by 11 sheet and I folded it over just a little bit, and then I'll attach something to this to make another sheet on this side. And that's just a scrap, another piece of dyed paper out of my stash, dyed paper from my stash. This is a piece of, I don't know, what would you call that? It's like a baking sheet or something that somebody has put some ink on and sent to me. Put that in there. Book page. This is another one from Triple V Vintage, I do believe. Yes. And then a book page. These are the old checks that I printed off last week from the Old World Shop. No, I don't. That's not the name of it. I'll put the name below where I got these. But I printed those off, so I'll put those in there, a couple of them. And I staggered them so that both of them will catch on something when I put the needles in. Triple V Vintage. An old dictionary page that I've just folded part of up. And another piece of paper that I dyed. That's ours. And the Triple V Vintage book page. My scrap paper, and then in the center I put an envelope, and then this I had on my desk, and this is where we folded up the other day to make those envelopes, or those little folios where I showed you I put the two paper bags together. I had this on my desk and I thought, why not just include it in there? So we're going to put that right there. And then, of course, the back is just the other side of all of those papers. Now, I have had some people that have asked me, if you don't have envelopes the size that you need, what can you do? How can you make envelopes the size you need? So I'm going to show you how to make a real quick envelope. It is easy and quick, and they turn out really cute. Now, you can make these any size that you want. This is a 6 by 6 sheet, and it turned out to be about 4 1/4. Let's see. Yep. About 4 1/4 by 4 1/4 is what that one turned out to be. And that one would look cute in there. So here is a 6 by 6 sheet, and we'll show you how this is done. Now, all I do is I fold it like that. Don't crease it. I just go somewhere to the middle and I just kind of pinch it. And then we're going to go the opposite direction. Going to go this direction, and again, we're just going to pinch that right in the middle. I'm not folding it, I'm just pinching that so that I can see, hopefully, where the center cross marks are. And I may have to do it this way to find it. But let me do this. This sheet is going to be hard to see my center, but we will find it. So you may have to fold it up like that and make you a little mark. And then fold it like that and make another little mark. So there is my little cross mark right there. That's the center, that little point. So then all I need to do is I'm just going to decide what I want to fold up for the bottom. I just kind of look at it in different ways to see which one I'd like the best. I really like all of them the best. I think I'll fold this one up and let this be the bottom. So I'm just going to bring this fold right to that point right there. And I know I've shown you how to do these before, but we have a lot of new people and they have been asking, so I thought I would show it. Now, you just need to make sure that you get that as centered and as squared off as you can. In other words, put your little point right in that cross hatch that you have there. And then you go to the one on the opposite side and fold it first. Or second, I should say. And then come down to, let's come down to this one. And you're going to fold it up. Now this one is going to go up a little bit past where these are. So just fold it up a little past there. And then go ahead and burnish it down. And you'll have a little bit that's, see, that's folded up there, and a little bit that's folded up over here. Don't worry about that. We'll fix that in a minute. Then you're going to fold this part down. This is how you can do if you do not have a envelope maker or whatever those things are called. I have one, but I never use it. I'd rather do this. Okay, see if that looks pretty straight. That needs to go over a little bit like that. Okay, that's better. And it doesn't have to be perfectly straight, just get it pretty even. And now you just open it back up, and these corners, you're just going to clip those corners off. And on paper like this, I have to kind of look really hard because my eyes are not the best, and it's hard to see when you've got lines in there. So I just kind of halfway guess at it. You can tell when you fold it up if you got it cut right or not. And you're just going to kind of angle that down and angle that over and cut that those little corners out. And then you're going to come to the top and do the same thing. And if you wanted to make you a template, I would just use some regular cardstock and cut some templates of different sizes that you might want. And then you can just lay it down on top of your paper and do it that way. Now what I do to keep this from being so pointy right there, I just kind of round that off. That little piece right there. I just kind of go in and just round. I'm going to go in round like that. Like that. I had somebody last night that posted, "Why have you stopped talking about your family? I love to hear all of the stories that you tell." Well, since we've got back from the little journey that we made with the kids the week before last, we really haven't done a lot. I mean, they've been busy getting back to work and all of that kind of stuff, and we've been busy here, so we really haven't seen them a lot. So that's why I haven't been talking about them a lot. There's your envelope right there. Now, if you're going to put it inside your journal, what you would do is just open up to the spot that you're going to put it and decide which one is your bottom. This is going to be, let's see, this is my bottom right here. And then that would just go right down in there. That little crease is going to go right in the crease of that, and that's where it's going to be stitched in. Now once it's stitched in, then you can glue this down and make your envelope. Or you can do it a different way. You can go ahead and glue it together like I have this one, and then you can put the top flap down like we have this one. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to take that one out and I'm going to put this one in. I'm going to put the top flap in here, and then that's going to be my pocket. So we'll put that there and that there. And then you can also round the corner or around this little point up here at the top. That makes it look a little bit more like an envelope there, if you want to do that. But I like mine sewn in this way just about as well as I like them the other way, because you've got a pocket there, and then you could attach something on here if you wanted to. So let's just do that. And on the bag, I'm not sure exactly what I will do with that. We're going to stitch it in, and then we'll decide what we're going to do with it. So let me see. I want to make sure that these pages are pretty well inside this blue, because I know this blue piece is going to fit in my journal, but it's just going to barely fit. So I don't want to have anything hanging over it. And then I'm just going to clip these together using these big old paper clips. Okay. Now what I need to do, what I like to do, is take my tool here, my ruler, 10 volts ruler, and I just press down in the center there all that I can to make sure that all of those are down as far as they'll go this way. Okay, and I kind of look and just make sure. Sometimes I'll even beat them down like that, and that looks pretty good. Now what we're going to do is we're going to attach this in our book, and we're going to go through all the layers at the same time so that we can attach all of this with one stitch, or with, well, one thread. It won't be one stitch, it'll be one thread, with the same thread, I should say. That way I can do all my holes at the same time and have all of this stitched in. Okay, and if you want to know how I made this cover, I'll link that below. You can go down and watch that. All right, now I am not going to measure on this. Most of the time I do measure and make sure that I get right in the center and then come up the right way. I'm not going to measure. I'm just going to poke it in the middle somewhere, close to the middle. Now when you're going through fabric, remember your fabric will close up on you. So you really need to go through, pull back out, and you may have to even go through again on your fabric, because it will close up. And then I just kind of guesstimate down here. Oops. Okay. And always leave this folded up as much as possible when you're putting your all through there, because if you don't, you will end up having your stitches not in that fold. So they'll come out on top of the fold or under the fold instead of right in there. Now we're just going to do a 3-hole pamphlet stitch. And I've just got a big eye needle here, and it's a blunt end. And then this is just some of our waxed thread. So you're going to go through that center hole right there. I know I've done this a ton of times on here, so you guys know probably by now. Probably know better than I do. And then you're going to come up. I always go to the top, but it doesn't really matter. You could go to the bottom if you wanted. And then you're going to go all the way down, and you're going to go back through that one. So I went down through here, up through here, all the way down, back through here. And then you're just going to pull that through. Okay. And then you're going to go back up through that center hole. Okay. Now when you come back up through that center hole, you want to be on the opposite side of this thread. So your tail here, you want to come up on the opposite side. So I'm going to put my tail on this side and the needle on this side of that thread that goes down the middle. All right. Okay, then I want to make sure that I don't have any knots or anything out here, and I don't. And I just pull it one way and then the other pretty tight. And then I tie a knot and I tie another knot. Sometimes I go ahead and tie the third knot. It just depends. I'm going to tie the third one on this. I'm going to leave those strings just in case I might see something that I put upside down or might need to take out. I can always take it out for a while after I put those strings in there. So there it is. our signature is stitched in. Looks like it got pretty even. We're still inside with all of our pages, so that's good. And then you can just go through and kind of work it down. It'll take it a little bit to kind of adjust. I love the sound of that, don't you? So pretty. I don't remember who sent that to me, but it's very, very pretty. And then just go back here and press a little bit on this. Excuse me. And there we go. Got all of that stitched in and ready to go. Now I think I'm going to I want to put a pocket right here. But I don't know if I want to make it out of material or paper. So what should we do? We could make it out of that envelope right there. That is the perfect size. And I could cut this top off or leave it on. I think I will make it out of this envelope, and I think I'm just going to cover this. And for now, I think I'll leave that top on there. I may end up cutting it off, but I think for now I'll leave it on. And I'm just going to grab some of my scraps and try to cover this with some scraps if I can that might match. Let's see. I don't know, it's going to be kind of hard to... It's really going to be hard to outdo this. I'm not going to try to outdo it, but I would like to put something in there that would kind of go with it. That wouldn't be bad. That wouldn't be bad. It's got some of the blues in it. These are just some little scraps that I got, I think, from one of you guys. Now this one, that might be a possibility. Let's see, if we don't have anything else just right here, I'm going to go ahead and use that. Ooh, that's pretty, isn't it? I think I'll save that for something else. Okay, I think I will use, which one is going to be our winner? I think this one's going to be the winner. It's got some roses on that go with these flowers. I don't think that's a rose, but these are, I think. Now this is a very thin paper, but that's okay because I'm going to put it down here at the bottom. And let me move this so that you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to put it down here at the bottom. I'm not going to go all the way up with it. Just trying to decide which way. I want to do this way, I think, because I want that little bit of yellow and then that on there, and that'll match the front. So I need to tear that off right there. And then right there. All right, and I'm just going to tear it because this is a thin material. Well, it is a thin material. It's a thin paper, so it's going to tear pretty easy. And then let's try that. That's good right there. Okay. Now we are going to ink this up some. So I'm going to use my vintage photo. Now, if I'm going to leave the top on there, I'm just trying to decide if I want to put a little magnet in it. I might want to do that because this might be a little pocket that I use for, you know, some little tickets and things where I go maybe to their singing. This is going to be, in case you don't know, this is going to be my little journal for the kids and their singing ministry. So, thinking. I'm going to go ahead and cut these little pieces off right here. Now, that'll work. Okay. what do I want to do? I think I am going to put a magnet on it. Let me grab my magnets. Now, if you got the August E-Club kit, you got some magnets in your E-Club kit, and these are fantastic. They've already got the sticky on them. We carry these in the store. And of course I can't peel it off without my little tool. But all you have to do is peel off the backing. And then just stick it down where you might want it to be. Let's see. Make sure that I don't get it too far down. Right there. Then we're going to go ahead and glue our paper on here. And then we'll put the one on the top. So I did venture out a little bit today. I had to go and I had a couple of appointments that I had to go to. One of them was the doctor's appointment, and the other one was to get my hair done. So I did venture out and go do that, which is a big chore for me because number one, I hate to get out right now, and number two, I hate going to the doctor. So, but I went ahead and went. Got some blood work done and all that kind of good garb that you have to do every so often. So everything seemed to be good to go, hopefully. Of course, you know, it's going to take, I mean, we can send a man to the moon in just a few days, but we have to wait for an eternity to get blood work back. So it'll be a while before I get blood work back, but he seemed to think everything looked fine. All right, we are going to tear this off right there. But it was kind of funny and not funny too, because every time I go to the doctor, it doesn't, and he's a good friend of mine, that our doctor is. I worked with him for years, but every time I go to the doctor, my blood pressure goes up. It's because, like I told him, I have a white coat syndrome. It's normal. It's just me. Nothing wrong. It's just me. Well, my blood pressure was up a little bit, and the nurse she was new, so she was kind of concerned about it. Well, he walks in the room and he says, "What's going on in here?" And she tells him that, "Oh, her blood pressure's up. We might need to do some further tests." And he said, "Don't worry about it. It's just Edith. Her blood pressure always goes up when she comes to see me." Which is true. It does. But it was kind of funny the way he said it to her. "Don't worry about it." And she couldn't imagine why he was saying that kind of thing, because she didn't know that we had been friends forever. So she looked kind of bewildered there for a minute. And then she said, "Okay." I said, "I'll check it when I get home, and it'll probably be back down to normal." Okay, I'm just putting that on the top. All right, I'm going to put some little something right there, I think. But I don't know what. What shall I put there? I got some dyed book page. Could just stick that on there. Let's just put this piece there. I think that'll work. Might have to cut it off a little bit, but that's not a biggie. No, maybe not. I don't think I'll have to cut it off any at all. I think it'll go down in there just like that. Yeah, we'll just put that down in there. I don't mind that. Don't mind that. Presley had a volleyball game this morning. I haven't talked to her mom to see how she did. She was playing at our local college today, and she was so excited. So I gotta call her when I finish and check on her and see how she did. Oh, and my hairdresser was telling me about people around here, I don't know if it's everywhere or just around our area, that RSV has started happening in adults. Have you guys heard anything about that? Let me know in the comments below if you have. I've not heard anything about that. But that some people have been having it, is what she said. Some adults. So they're being very, very careful because they say it's highly contagious. I have not heard of it. I know that babies can get it real easy, especially babies that might have any lung problems. But I have not heard of adults being able to get it. But I guess anybody can. It's just I've not heard of adults having it before. Seems like there's something new every day, doesn't it? Every day. And you know, hairdresser shops is just like, I mean, you know, you go in there and you find out all the details about everything and everybody. I catch up on all the news when I go there because she reads a lot and she has a lot of customers that come in and tell her different things, and so she can pass them on. I love you, Loretta, if you're watching. I don't think she watches my videos, but just in case she does, I better tell her that I love her. Okay, so there is that. And then we have a pocket that has a little closure on there. And we can put that on the inside front cover. Right there. Oh yeah, that goes good with that. I like that. Now, let's see. Part of this is, well, all of this is going to glue to fabric, so we're going to use our Fabri-Tac to put this down. And I think I'm only going to glue it on 3 sides, down through here, across the bottom, and up that side. And then I can have a tuck in behind this. That way, if I want to put, you know, another tag in there, or something else behind it, or just some memorabilia until I can put it in the journal, I'll have a spot to do that. And boy, did I put a lot of glue on there. This is going to be squirting out everywhere. I got a heavy hand when it comes to gluing. That's why you have your little towel available. Let's see if it's sticking. Yep, looks like it's sticking well. So we'll leave that there. But then we have a little, see if I can find something to stick in there. So we have a little pocket back here that we can put some things in until we decide to put it in our journal if we want to. Now, do I want to put anything else right here? I think I might use just one of these little washi tickets. And I'll put that down right there. And I'm not sure, oh, I was trying to look, but I can't see them. I'm not sure if we're sold out of these or not. I do have more on order, but I love these things. It just adds a little bit of something to that. And then we could always put something up here if we wanted to, but I'm going to leave that for right now. Now what I will do with this is I'll use a lot of my pre-made ephemera, and I'll put through here like my pre-made pockets and all of the different things that some of the little things that we have made over a period of time. I'll use some of these to go through here and put down. You know, I've got tons of them over there. So that's what I'll do with a lot of this for my decorating. Somebody asked me last night in a comment, well, what do you do with all of those items that you make? Well, I use them. I use them in my journals. I use them in other people's journals. If I'm making a journal for somebody, I will use some pieces in there. So, yeah, I use them. Matter of fact, I use them up pretty quick. All right, I'm just going to show you how to attach like this, how to attach something on here so that we can use it. So let's just grab a piece of something. And you could do another piece of paper like this. You could use book page. Lots of different things that you could use to put on here. You could use that. Let's see. There's a book page that I sprayed that's just got some glittery on there. You could use that. And see, that's going to make you another sheet that you can journal on, write on. I'm just scrolling through some of my little pieces over here to see if there's anything that just grabs me. I kind of like that, but I'll have to trim it off a little bit because I really want it to, yeah, I need to trim off just a little bit, about a ½ inch or a little bit more. And this is just from an old paper collection I think we got last year in our E-Club kit box. And so we will put this down here like that, and then that'll add another page on here. Now let's see, I don't know if I want it all the way down there. I think I'm going to put it about right there. You could glue just down through here and across here and leave that for a little tuck if you wanted to, but I think I'm just going to glue it down. See how far over I need to come. I'm going to lay it this way, and then I can kind of judge where I need my glue. And so you could have left this open and that could be a little pocket, but I'm going to have a lot of pockets, so I just wanted to go ahead and glue that together. But you could just glue here, across here, and that could be a little tuck on that side if you wanted to do that. Or a little bit up through here. Okay, there is that little piece in. And then you can do something with this one. And you don't have to put a full sheet in. You can just put a partial sheet like that. That could be just a little flip there that you could put in. And then just leave this part open and have a tuck. But I don't think I want to put that one in. Let me see if I can find another one. I wanted to put something that kind of goes with this side. So I have this one. And I think I'll glue this one on this side, but I am going to have to trim it off a little bit as well. And I'm not measuring, I'm just taking about a ½ inch off, just enough so that it won't show when we glue it in here. Let's put our butterflies flying the right way up. And see, I think that will go good with this because you can see that blue through there. So we're going to glue that right there, but all I'm going to do is glue right down through here. So what I'm going to do is just pull this up a little bit. I'm just going to glue a little streak down through here and then across the bottom. And then back up this side like that. Put that down. Okay, that's good. And now you have a little tuck right here. Let me grab something. So you could tuck that in there, so you've made an automatic little pocket that could have something like that tucked in. A little journaling card or something. So that's another way to do those. And then like these little short book pages that you've got here, you could, let me find something that we can do with it. You can glue another book page on this side if you want. That one might work okay. You could even glue an envelope here, like if you had this envelope closed up, you could put a little envelope here to have that one flipping out, or if you have a longer envelope, put that on here. Lots of different things. I'm just looking right here to see if I have anything that I want to grab. I want to use this in something. This is a piece that one of you sent me, and I think it's really pretty. I was thinking about putting it in here somewhere. It's very, very fragile. I don't know if I want to put it there or not, though. Okay, this is a page that one of you guys sent me. And I've been holding it over there because I was trying to figure out exactly what I wanted to do with it, because look how pretty. So I think what I'm going to do is I am going to glue it down on that side and then glue this here, and that's going to be a beautiful page there. And we could leave the top open if we want to make a little tuck spot, or you can open this side up to make another little tuck spot. Lots of different things you can do to it, but I think this is what I'm going to do with it. See, this is why I didn't add a ton of pages in here, because this is going to bulk out anyway with everything I'm going to put in it. Alright. Now I'm not going to worry about getting it even. I'm just going to put it down. Alright, and then we'll glue this one there, or you could leave that open and just have that flip out. And you could do all kinds of journaling on there. We might do that, just leave it open. And we could have a little flip there, so that works. Alright, let's make sure that it doesn't catch. Nope, it doesn't. And see, they've already got the little tags and things on this side. That's cute. And someone asked, why do you put book pages in there when you really can't write on book pages? Well, I usually end up putting something on the book page that you can write in. Like I would take a piece of paper bigger than this, but I might just tear it around and leave enough of the book page showing that you can see that in the back, but just tear it to where you have writing space on there. I think that's pretty. We will go ahead and do that. Let me just see if I've got a piece of paper here that I can grab real quick and do that. This one will work right there. So what I do is just kind of sort of measure, kind of sort of, and I think I want to tear it off right there. So now I tear it with my ruler. You can tear it with by hand, it doesn't matter. Let's see, there we go. So tear it down through there. There's a nice piece left. And then, of course, I'm going to tear it on the top and the bottom. You see, that side's pretty too. Now let's see how long. I'm just going to measure how long is all I'm doing over here on this side. I'm just going to kind of fold it up where I need that torn there. Oops, gotta hold it tight. Okay, and don't worry if you don't get it exactly straight, it doesn't matter. Sometimes the more curvy it is, the prettier it looks anyway. And then I ink around the edges a lot. I put quite a bit of ink around the edges. Okay, and then you just take your journal and you would just put that down like that. And then you still got your book page showing, but you've got a place to write here. And you could even leave it on this side to where you could have a little tuck in under there. Lots of different ways that you could do this. And sometimes I like them folded over like that, a little piece folded over. And a lot of times I will even tear it and fold that back under. And then put my ink on there. Makes it look a little bit more vintage and like it's not exactly planned. Like that. Isn't that pretty? So let's go ahead. Let me see. Do I want to put it all the way down, or do I want a little secret tuck there? I think I'm going to put a little, leave it with a little tuck. So we'll put glue up here, down this side. Okay. Now I could have made it a little smaller if I'd wanted more of my book page to show. Doesn't matter. You don't have to make it a particular size, but if you want more of your book page to show, then just cut this a little smaller. And see, I've got a little tuck that I can tuck some little notes and things in there if I want to. Just some little pieces of paper. I can tuck those in. And then you have all of this for journaling, or you can do a little bit of decoration on this. Either way, I am going to put just a little sticker on it. Right up there. There we go. Okay. I think that's all I'm going to do right there for now. And then you can, here again, you can put another page or use some of your pockets. Or you can put a little flip, just a little tag like this that would flip back and forth. Lots of different things you can do with that. So, I may not make anything else for it right now. Now on here, I'm not real sure how I'm going to use this, but as I start to use it, I'll show you guys. Here, I've got my pocket here, and then there's the little top. I think I'm just going to leave it that way. I kind of like that. And then you go back to the back, and you've got some of the same papers. Well, you do have the same papers back here, but you know, some of them you've got the little short piece, some of them the longer. So just do with it whatever you want. But I would take some of my little pieces that I made, just like this little piece here that we made. This was from one of Roxy's challenges. I wouldn't put it on there because I would cover part of that first, but I would probably put it on here, and I would just trim off the excess and attach it right there. So let's go ahead and trim off. Where are my big scissors? I'll just trim off a little bit of this on the top and the bottom because it's too long for this page, and then put it right there. Well, it was too long for what I wanted this page to look like. Now, you might have wanted it to be that long, and that's fine. I like for mine to be just a little bit shorter than the page. And if I can remember, I'll link this one where we made these. These are just some of those little scrap pieces that you stack up and make a little side tab like this for your pages. Let's make sure I haven't put it, there we go. And you leave it sticking out just a little bit so that you can see that little bit of a tab sticking out there. Let's see, there we got that. I like that. And the back is covered, so you don't have to worry about putting anything else on the back, but you could if you wanted to. So then, let's say one of these that we made. This was one of Melina's challenges. I would just find a spot like this and put that down, and I'd probably leave it as a little tuck or a little pocket. Let's see. Find another page that it might work on a little bit better. That one might work better there. So I would glue. Now this one I left where you could tuck it in a pocket and have it for a little journaling spot, but we're going to use it as a pocket this time. So we don't just make these little journal pieces for just to make them and store them away. We use them to have them ready for when we need them for our journals. I've got enough over here that I can put lots of pockets and things in this journal and still have plenty left over for other journals that I'm making. So there you go. Now you've got a little pocket. Let's find something else that we can tuck in there. Got a little pocket up there. I think I have a little tag. What did I do with that little tag? I had a teeny tag here somewhere. Let's see if that one will go. Yep, there we go. So we've got a little tag tucked there. And let me find something else that we made. Now this is one of the, some of the pockets that we made that we used material with. And you could just choose one of those. And let's see. Oh, I think that'd be pretty there. You look and make sure I don't have another spot that I'd rather have it. Just thinking about this pink one right here. Oh, I like that. So you can just put that down. And this was a slick material, but I'm thinking that this is going to work. This is just the backing off of an ephemera pack that I got. But this art glitter glue should work. You just have to put quite a bit on there since I did do stitching around it. I would just make sure that I put quite a bit on. Like that. And you might have to hold it a second, and if you do, that's okay. Just press it down. And you've got another one that's ready to hold something. This is one of the little file folders that we made, the mini file folders, and that would tuck right in there. And that's exactly what I use all of the ephemera that I make for these. Like this one. This is a tag we made with some lace here. Made a little lace pocket. And I would probably tuck that in there behind that. And I'd put a little pull or something up there at the top. And I'm going to decorate this page up. I just haven't decided exactly how yet. So look, see, it's already bulking up, and I like that. I like them when they're nice and chunky. And it's got all kinds of good things in there that you can flip through. So we will work more on this, but today I think that's all I'm going to do on it. I want to decide what I want to put on the front. I haven't made that decision yet. I'm probably going to put a cluster somewhere on here. I don't want to cover up my material, but I do want some kind of little something on there. I just don't know what yet. I'm still trying to decide. But that is it for this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed this, and like I said, we will pull back and work on this some more in the next few days, but right now I'm just going to have to think about it a little bit more and decide what else I want to put in here. Drag out my ephemera and just look at it and see what else I need to use. Alright guys, that is it for this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to click that little bell if you want to be notified when we put up new videos. And check in the description box below. I will try to include all of the links to the products that I use. We'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.